Hi everyone, my first con of the year was Anime Los Angeles. Because of the air quality, we were wearing masks, and I went as Remnants of Filth for day one, and for day two, I went as Blackwater. I then went to the hall costume and got a creativity award, met up with some friends in the vendor hall, and saw some cute plushies, and we all hung out for a little bit before going to the Heaven Official Blessing side characters photo shoot. And then I met up with more of my friends in the vendor hall and hung out with them before heading to the MXTX meetup where I got some cool stuff. Then later in the night, me and my friends changed into our other outfits for the Cosplay Deviant show where we performed. And then the next day I went as Shulian and was there early so I could watch my friends perform in the Next Top Star show. And so here is a sped up and small clip of their performance. I thought they did amazing. They ended up getting second place, and good for them. Then I went back to the cosplay hall contest and found this little shrine area when I was running over to meet up with more of my friends again and hung out with them for a little bit, just watching them be crazy around the vendor hall. I always love hanging out with friends at cons, get so many fun, cute moments. And then I was outside for a little bit and met up with more of my friends, saw them out at a meetup before heading over to the masquerade. Then the next day I was in Mobe and my friend was in Zushilong, and we immediately headed to the Dame meetup where everyone was piling stuff on my friend as a joke with the Zushilong character, which is what you're seeing here. And getting everything to balance was a very fun time. And in a second, you'll see everyone running to get all of their stuff off of her because we just piled on everything. And then after the meetup, we took some videos and headed down to the vendor hall, waiting for some voice actors from Undead Unluck to show up because my friends really enjoy that show and they really wanted to meet up with them. And they were opening these card packs from the show as well. The next convention I went to was actually Phoenix Fan Fusion, but I do not have any video from that con, so the next con you'll be seeing is Anime Expo, where I was able to get Pink Hua Chun finished for this convention, which is based off of the dolls you see in this clip, which this was for the MXTX meetup. Got to meet a lot of new people, took some photos afterwards, and yeah. The next day, I was back in Mobei-jun for an unofficial Scum Villain self-saving system meetup where I was very excited to get together with some other scummies and do like a really quick photo shoot and small meetup. It was really fun, however, it was outside, and then we went back inside to try to cool off for a little bit, saw the Code Vein booth, which I love this video game and I can't wait for it to come out. I was very excited to see the bikes there, go into the entertainment hall, and just see all of the stuff that the companies have. And yeah, there's always really cool stuff at Anime Expo, and unfortunately I did have to change out of Mobei-jun because I overheated in the outfit, but I changed into Chuya and was able to go back to the convention and see some more of my friends and then hang out right before the Bilibili panel. And then this is the Bilibili panel room, and I met up with more of my friends while sitting and waiting for the panel to start. They had these really cute posters of all of the shows that they were going to be premiering during the panel, and I'm very excited for all of them. All of it looks so good. I'm very excited for Link Click and Heaven's Official Blessing, of course. And then eventually the Bilibili panel started, and they had all of these cool posters there. Some of the people in the panel got to keep them at the end, and there was a bunch of cosplayers from every series at the panel, and it was cool to get a massive photo with all of them at the end. This is me leaving from that panel, and then I opened up a Labubu I got there, and then the next day, me and my friend were in our Link Click outfits, where we mostly just chilled throughout the day, hung out around the con, got some good food, found this gluten-free crepe place, which was pretty good, went back into different halls to see stuff we were missing from seeing the days before, found a little photo area looked at all the little photo setups they had. We did end up taking some photos in these little photo areas later in the day, but we went back to look around the rest of the con and saw these cool computer cases, some cool artwork, some outfits from the live actions from Japan, and then did some more shopping, which is where I got this Shilian plushie, saw the gaming area, and they had some old TV games. Then we finally met up with my friends to do some photos in these areas as well, and just had a great time. I love Anime Expo. It's always so much fun. And then here is some more of the halls and some more of like the building. This was when we were waiting to head to the masquerade. We also got some food right before the masquerade. Always love attending the Anime Expo masquerade. I always think it's so much fun. And then here is the winner of the masquerade, my friend Tuna Fish. They did an amazing job. Here's some close-ups of all the detailing work that they did in their cosplay. And then the next day I was back in Shibuya, and I was finally able to hit up the Love and Deep Space booth and once again hit up some more of my friends, walk around the hall and see some stuff that I haven't seen before, like all of these signed Shiki boards, and just go around. I think this was the Crunchyroll or the Funimation booth. Forget exactly which one. I just love all the displays that they have. It was really fun walking through all of this. I just always love seeing all the different things that all the companies bring. Even if you're not going to buy anything, just seeing these massive setups and seeing all the interactive stuff that they have is always so cool. Met up with more of my friends, and we just kind of hung out. Didn't really do much. Here's us sitting because we were tired. But since it was the last day, we did run around to a couple more booths to make sure we bought any last-minute items that we wanted to get. And then as we were leaving, the Love and Deep Space booth had this ad running, which, if you know, you know. And then here's us leaving for the day at Anime Expo and closing out that convention. My next convention I was also guesting at, which is Saboten in Phoenix, had to change into Lilia, and then went to the AZ Wonderland panel, our general panel, hung out with everyone there that's a part of the group, and went to attend the panel. It's always such a great time. Sabo is usually one of my most busy conventions just because of all the panels I'm doing. Here's the panel I had to go to right after that, which was one of my Danmei panels, and then here's the next day where I switched into Pink Hwa-chun, met up with one of my photographers for a photo shoot. We love these little butterfly clips that I have. The cosplay corgis were also there. They're adorable. I bought another Labubu. Then I also attended a podcast hosted by Con Air Radio. Got some food from the convention. It was all gluten-free, which I really appreciated. And then my table changes every single day, which is why I'll show so much of it. I got this really cute 20-sided die that matches my Pink Hwa-chun outfit. Then I went to the MXTX meetup with my friend. And yeah, here's us all meeting up together and then trying to decide where to take photos. I didn't have a lot of time here, but I still had a lot of fun. And then I found this Genu shrine, met up with more of my friends, and then I had to change into my sleepwear Lilia. And then I grabbed some food before heading to my other friend's panel, which was a Love and Deep Space panel, before heading to my last panel of the night, which was the Twisted Wonderland 18 Plus panel. Then the next day I was in my Garius Wei Wuxian outfit. Once again, here's my table. Met up with my photographer and a couple more friends that I don't see that often at these conventions. And then I saw this little Pokemon dude laying there on the ground. I did not realize he was in there. Then I also did injure myself during my photo shoot, but it's okay. It was only like a minor sprain. Then went to another panel with my friend. Here is my table because I had to tear it down on day 3. Then I went to go play Mahjong. And then on the last day, I was in Baby because I had a K-pop Demon Hunters meetup that I was hosting with my friend right here, the Mystery, and then attended some of the photos. There was so many cosplayers. It's always so much fun. And then I ran upstairs to do another panel before heading to another panel, which this was a K-pop random dance panel. And then almost immediately after that panel, there was the K-pop Demon Hunters Play Games With Us panel, which all of us got these Congrats Dead stickers if we were dressed up as the Saja Boys. And we all just kind of played random games with the audience. It was a very fun panel. And then after that, the con was over and the escalator actually had broke, but I always enjoy going to Saboten. And then my last con of the year was UwuCon, which they had 3 of the Saja Boys voice actors show up, and I was very excited to meet them. And then went to hang out at my friend's booth, which is Ryan, and she had these really cool light sticks for the K-pop Demon Hunters, and these were all 3D printed. And then went to the K-pop Demon Hunters meet up with my friend, and we just kind of hung out there and saw more photographers I work with before hanging out with her to gather all of her panelists right before her panel. And here's right before her panel and all of the panelists. I was just there to attend and help set up. And then on the next day, I went as Apple to be a part of the AZ Wonderland booth and hang out with them some more. It's a very large group, but here's our table. We had this really cute backdrop set up for all of us to take photos, or for whoever walked by to take photos. And then here's just me and my friends messing around. Then I went and did a tea ceremony, saw Ryan again. And yeah, that is all the cons I attended in 2025, except for Phoenix Fan Fusion, because I forgot to record. And since I forgot to post, here's all of them in one video.